All right, and so the last segment is general messages from Spirit, where I'm using my Mushroom Spirit Oracle. And so these are the cards that came out. The first one was Dead Man's Fingers. This card, the Oracle is talking about timing. Now, this particular mushroom was chosen because it's a mushroom that is considered to be seasonal, right? But it actually has a long lifespan, one of the longest. Many of the mushrooms are very temporary, like they grow and then they disintegrate in a couple of days. These can last for years. And they're called Dead Man's Fingers because that's how they look, right? Don't they look like fingers? But this particular card, and it's a 36, which is a 9, about timing, possibly about endings in this case. But if there's something that you're waiting for, something that you're waiting on the right time, you've tried and it just keeps failing, you're just waiting for the right time to do it, right? Others of you could be trying to rush something along, right? Things that you feel might be very sensitive when it comes to time. If you have the ability to control the time where it works in your favor, you can do that. But for those that is looking for the right time, right? It's not rushing into it, but it's definitely acknowledging that you can't rush a season, right? Just like when you plant seeds and then you have to wait for the season for it to grow up. Like you can't rush the seasons, right? It's all about alignment for some. And if you're not sure when that right time is, Spirit is saying just keep moving. Keep moving. And it will happen. It'll appear. It will let you know when the timing is right. I feel like someone could be scared that they're going to miss the boat, right? They're scared they're going to miss out. Well, if you arrive too early, you may in fact feel or think that you've missed the boat because it hasn't come yet. You might think that the boat already left, but it just hasn't come yet, right? So Spirit is asking you to be guided by your intuition. Let your intuition be your guide and let things unfold in divine timing. Yeah. Let it come to you for someone. It will. When things are vibrationally aligned, it will come. You'll look up and it'll be right there, whatever it is you're waiting for. There also may be an opportunity to take a look at what may not be aligning or happening right now. And is there something that you could learn from that? Because remember, we're in a physical realm where time exists. It's not existent in the spiritual realm. So you may be actually limiting yourself according to time and space. And the lesson may be to break some patterns and some cycles, right? So there could possibly be some inner work that could be done in this situation. But let's see what this is. For Dead Man's Fingers, we're talking about timing. What is your message here for my viewer, Spirit? So this might be Spirit telling you it's time. Spirit could be sending new ideas, fresh ideas your way right now. Around creating something new. Spirit could be giving you the strength and the willpower for this. Spirit is sending you inspiration and building desires in you. Yeah, for some, this could be around some type of commitment that you're waiting for. Could have something to do with spirituality. Could have something to do with wisdom as well. Let's get more clarity on this. Something you've been waiting for. We got that. Something you may have even been investing in. For someone, this is about emotional fulfillment. Could possibly be about a connection, a family. And healing, releasing, forgiving. Yeah, Queen of Cups. And so I feel like for whoever this could be for, this is about definitely right timing with the Queen of Cups, intuitive healing support, right? Definitely receiving or giving some type of nurturing support or comfort, creating a space of comfort. And so I feel like this is around arriving at a place that you desire. When we talk about 10 of Cups, we're talking about emotional fulfillment. This could be about your feeling safe and, you know, finally arriving to a space where you feel like you're home. And it feels like it has begun, right? I'm looking at this staff of the little leaves growing. It's not necessarily a tree, but it started, right? It's growing. Spirit is saying it's going to happen, okay? It's going to happen. The happiness that you desire, your fulfillment, your joyous outcome, celebration, the life of vitality that you desire, it's coming. Yeah. The announcement has been made. And so I have Leo out here, Virgo, is that Scorpio or Pisces? Yeah, that's Scorpio. Scorpio, Virgo, Taurus, and Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries for Dead Man's Fingers, talking about timing. It's coming. Your time is coming. Your time of restitution is coming. Your time of reparation is coming for someone. Yeah. It is coming. So for our next mushroom, our next message Spirit is bringing in is around the wrinkled peach mushroom, which is the energy of being unique. Being unique. This wrinkled peach mushroom, unlike others, this one is the only one with, it can't really, with speckles, and it's the only one that looks like this. It can't really be mistaken for any other mushroom. It's so different. Right? It was so hard to categorize with any of the other mushrooms. It was given its own little category, right? The cap is really rubbery, very hard to tear apart, It has these little polka dots on it. So all of these things that cause it to stand out is on purpose. And it represents uniqueness, right? Being in its own class. That may in fact represent you. It may in fact, represent someone right? That actually stands out away from everyone else, or something that you are creating or working on, something that just puts you in a energy of awe. Like you can't categorize it. The word unique also means rare, right? Anything that's rare definitely comes with issues, right? Definitely comes with obstacles. And it may in fact need a special tending, a special care. This mushroom actually can become scarce because of the lack of what's needed to keep it alive, which is elm trees. And so there could be something special that you need to stay alive, something special that you need to create what it is that you're creating. Or it could cease to be, right? So being unique definitely has its pros, but it also has its cons. But being unique, comes with this need for protection so that it doesn't disappear. That's why we have what we call endangered species, right? When we get down to the last few of a species, it becomes unique because you don't see it everywhere, or there's not a lot of them. And so there's a need for a special type of protection. People with unique minds and who are way showers are those who can change the world. They're often those who are outcasted, because they don't conform or align the same way everyone else does. They don't run with the crowd. But there's a light that shines through those unique energies. And it takes a lot of courage, a lot of strength to actually stand out away from the crowd, to pave your own path, and to not to bend to social pressures. It's actually a strength. Uniqueness is a strength. It's not a weakness. It's not a disability. It's not a shame. And so Spirit is calling to find the uniqueness within you. But I feel like you already know what that is. The world doesn't need more vanilla, right? It needs more way showers. It needs more expression through creativity. More expression around how we see, how we do things. Uniqueness is a gift. And so Spirit wants you to use yours and to bring out what makes you, you. In all that you do. And when that happens, you draw in the people who resonate with that energy. So let's see what Spirit is talking about with our wrinkled peach mushroom. What is this uniqueness you're pointing out for my viewer, Spirit? What is this uniqueness you're pointing out for my viewer? Ooh. Okay. So the Magician and the Three of Cups. So for whoever I'm talking about, you have a tremendous amount of willpower. You're very creative as well. You probably thrive on creation. You're someone who has a drawing and a connection with nature, with plants, with flowers, with fruit. You are someone who is talented. There's some special talent that you have that causes you to stand out. This could be something that you never ever had to be trained in. It just came naturally. And when you got old enough to do it, you just did it. You didn't need any training. Yeah. You're someone who's very resourceful, like you make a way out of no way. When you set your mind and your desire on something, you make it happen. You're definitely someone who attracts people. That's interesting because usually people who are really unique and set apart may repel, but you actually attract. So you probably attract a certain group. You have a way of pulling in the support that you need. You're someone who takes a liking to the fall season or the summer, either summer or fall. You could be someone who likes lilies. You're definitely someone, as we all do, we all seem to like roses. But there's something sacred about you. There's something secretive about you. Something that seems really innocent. Though you may not be innocent, there's something about you that seems very innocent. Something very regal about you as well. You're definitely someone who starts trends, or you start things. You set out on your own path. Definitely not a follower. Again, very creative. You're strong. right? Even in your woundedness, you're strong. You have this very strong sense of being about yourself. And that strength comes from you. You don't need you don't need a crowd or a backup. You stand on your own. And there is a vulnerability that you display that actually ends up being your strength. There's a weakness that you display that actually ends up being your power. For someone that's like your source. That's where you meet source and you tap into source through your vulnerability. You're very tenacious and resilient. You don't give up easily. You're strong. Just when people think you've given up or you failed or you're gone, you rise up with something new. You rise up again from a different angle. Always ready to go and to experience. Something very vibrant about you, lively and attractive. You're very adventurous and trusting. Filled with faith and belief and hope. There's definitely something mysterious about the way that you traverse, unconcerned. It doesn't take a lot for you. And you always seem to give. Even though you may be in lack, you find a way to give. Very generous. And you seem to be carried through everything and come out stronger and better. Your emotional instability actually turns out to be your strength. It's very chivalrous. Your emotional instability is very chivalrous. I do feel like you're very balanced as well. Very abundant, not really seeming to ever need anything or anyone. Very self-sustaining, very wise and crafty. Very secure and prosperous. you handle conflict like a pro. All right, this is going to be the last one. So Spirit wants you to put your uniqueness on a heel and let it shine. That is your power. That is your truth. Lastly, we have Death Cap. You see that? I hope you can see these cards. I know that light is bright. Death Cap. So Death Cap brings in endings. And of course it's poisonous, right? Death Cap brings endings. Just one of these can kill an adult. This is the mushroom that's responsible for a lot of deaths. There's no way to remove the poison. You can't even cook it out. But this is a sign of endings. It's a 10. 1 + 9 is 10. Whether the ending is coming or it's already here, this is a sign of it. Sometimes endings can feel negative, but it's a reminder that with every ending, there's a beginning. And it's a matter of just letting go of what no longer serves. Even though it can feel very uncomfortable, very painful, it may even be that something that you've held on to, right? And that thing is holding on to you too and not allowing you to move forward. But the endings can also be very positive experiences as well. Like seeing an ending in sight for something, right? Something that you're ready to release or you've been working to achieve, right? An ending that would be a good expected ending. So this card is actually a blessing, right? It's actually a blessing, but also a warning. It's a blessing and a curse. But don't be scared, okay? This is not to scare you. Don't let fear or negativity get the best of you. Because things are the way they should be right now. This is just a reminder that there's greater things ahead. And for you not to actually resist what's coming or resist releasing what's going. This is Spirit letting us know it's time to take our hands off of it. Take our hands off of the steering wheel and let what needs to go, go. And then welcome in what's coming. Because endings come, they always do sooner or later. And holding on and resisting or being in denial only further complicates the ending that's coming, complicates that process, or it delays the new beginning. And so sometimes it's through the process of death that the materials are given to start that new thing. Yeah. So is there something that we need to finish or bring to an end? Or is there something we're hoping will stop? Right? We can ask ourselves, like, what is it that we need to let go of so that we can bring the new into our life? And then we just finally make the decision to let it go and let it flow and be at peace. And then welcome the new start and know that that new start is for the greater good. And so let's see, what is the death cap coming to tell us, Spirit, about endings? What is the death cap coming to tell us about endings? The Nine of Swords. So this is stressful for someone. There may be something that you're worried about, something keeping you up at night. This may be about some disappointment, some heartache. And this may be about someone very significant in our life. Someone who has a leading role in our life. And there's some concern about ending things there. And maybe possibly whether or not there will be new beginnings. Well, Spirit is saying that there will be. With the Seven of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, this is fate. This is the wheel turning in your favor. And again, endings give us the materials that we need for our new beginning. So I feel like there's something that has been given or that is being given in this ending that will be very useful in the new beginning. Like the Seven of Cups is not only just having options, but it's being able to rightfully discern what is good and what is not useful, right? Just because it's being offered doesn't mean that it's good, right? So it's walking into the next new beginning with more understanding, more wisdom, more discernment, right? Not making, decisions that will lead down the same path, Let's see. What is this ending coming to tell us today, Spirit? The Nine of Wands. Okay, clarity coming in about no longer having to be in this position. So the Nine of Wands can represent a wounded warrior. It can represent someone who is used to being hurt. Someone who is waiting for someone to come and make it right when that may never happen, right? But the clarity is coming in to bring in that freedom that's needed to show you how resilient you are, how resilient you've been, how you have stood on guard, holding things up integriously, how you've been persistent in keeping boundaries for yourself. And so the truth is coming in to shed light on what it really is, not what it feels like. You may feel like, this is a very dark, lowly place, but in fact, you've held it together. You have been your own hero in this situation, right? And so Spirit is shedding a light on what it really is. And it's time to actually get up and start a new beginning, okay? Spirit is giving this gift of clarity to you, of insight, of awakening to truth, to this new experience that's waiting on you. Yeah, I feel like support is gathering around you. You will find that you have people who understand, people who's possibly been where you are, people who can give support and guidance and gather around you and pour into you. As this transition is being made from the old way to the new, there's a lot of things that'll happen in that transition. Right now, you stand in the middle path. You haven't really made a decision either way. You've been patient, just trying to stay balanced and in harmony and self-controlled, right? But your joy is coming, okay? The sun is a promise of a new day. This is a new day. And Spirit has the last say, okay? So this ending, these endings, whatever these endings are we're dealing with today are bringing in something greater, something more fulfilling, a new start, new opportunities of fulfillment. New desires, right? You'll wake up one day and you won't even want the old thing anymore because you'll be on a new path, okay? All right, that's what I have. I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Yeah. And so thank you so much for stopping by. It has been LettiSpeaks. So we touched on love tonight, money, and general messages coming from Spirit. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, share, comment. Also subscribe if you feel a connection to the energy flowing on this page. I'm sending good energy out your way. Yeah. With that being said, good night. Thank you for tuning in to Blood Moon Oracle.